This is so scary. Goblins do so much damage. We have our top 4 contenders decided, guys. Top 4 of the Super Magical Cup Invitational for this week has been settled. It's going to be Marcus 35, Turtwig Data, darthjarjar, and Woody. The 2 Siege players are on other ends of the bracket, so it's very real that they could meet each other in the finals. We have 3 actually crossbow decks in the top 4 because Woody is running 1 and Turtwig's actually running 2 himself. And then we have 2 triple musketeer decks, and that's on darthjarjar's side, and Marcus 35 holding his own with meta decks. Giant. I can't believe that this Super Magical Cup is actually ending up this way. This is nothing like I would have ever imagined. Alright, let's go back down. We're gonna have to watch darthjarjar and Woody, the triple musketeer hero versus the godfather of Siege, I would say. The godfather of Siege now thrown his title down and has picked up other archetypes of decks, but will not give up on his princess or his mortar against darthjarjar, who is really looking to make triple musketeers a standard pick in decks. Let's see here. I'm going to feature the princess this time for Woody. Let's see. Let's see. Triple Musketeer is a really strong card to play, especially against Siege. And especially when the only spell Woody has is Zap. And then on the other deck, the only spell Woody has is Arrows. Zap or Arrows? What are you going to play against a Triple Musketeer? Do you want to play Zap or do you want to play Arrows? If you gave me that choice, I would shoot myself. Here comes a big play from Woody, a big call out. Minion Horde moving across. Nice. Ice Spirit plus Zap and the Princess Splash. darthjarjar wants none of that. darthjarjar is not going to let any of that get through. Elixir Collector, well defended. And darthjarjar actually already cycled to a second one. This is a really interesting situation for Woody. Mortar. Giant to tank. Barbarians in front, maybe? Soaks up the mini P.E.K.K.A. swings. But the Barbarians are having a hard time squeezing through. Now gonna tag onto the mortar. Effective defense against the mortar. One shot onto the tower, but I think darthjarjar is gonna be okay with that. Starting to gain an elixir advantage, and we know how important that is for a triple musketeer deck. Getting ahead in elixir, especially early on in the match before double elixir generation kicks in, is really important for a triple musketeer deck. Might play its next collector here. Miner, here it comes. The timing is perfect. The minion horde moves through. darthjarjar, you need to defend well. The zap is not enough, man. Oh my god, and the princess finally splashes with 1,000 health just like that. In a matter of moments, and the princess now is going to splash on the tower 2 more shots. 777. Woody making a big play with his minion horde. Say it time and time again. Every single game, I guarantee you, Woody is going to make that minion horde work for him. But here comes a big counter push. Triple musketeer giant, all committed to one side. He knows that there's no big spells to counter this triple musketeer clump up. What are you going to play? If you play minion horde, you risk getting zapped and ice spirited, and now the princess is there. Immediately disintegrated, and this actually could be really bad for Woody. I think he could play a second giant here, and he does. How are you going to stop this push? You might get 3 crown at this point. The giant pushes up to the tower. Tombstone is not going to be enough, and I think he's already hit that critical mass. There's not enough AoE clear for Woody to actually deal with this triple musketeer deck, and he does get the 3 crown. Woody gets 3 crown. I never thought I would ever say those words. But Woody just got 3 crown by darthjarjar. If there was a slam dunk in Clash Royale, Woody just got dunked on. He just got dunked on so hard that the basket just fell off. He just broke the backboard. That hurt. Oh my god. That was a big counter push. That was a big counter push. There's no better way to punish. Exactly like the Devil's Luck says, no poison or fireball is a 3 musketeers wet dream. That hurts. But hey, you know, it's one game. You got to pick yourself up and you got to keep going. That doesn't mean that Woody is out of this tournament just yet. Doesn't mean that Woody is out just yet. Darth Jar Jar opens up strong with a 3 crown. One of the few legit 3 crowns that we've ever seen. Let's see how Woody puts himself together. Running the same deck again. Now Darth Jar Jar has to run his alternate deck. Just one more, and Darth Jar Jar can bar Woody again from another finals performance. Woody trying to make his way for a 4th first-time finish in a major Super Magical Cup event. Darth Jar Jar looking for his first ever top 2. What'll happen? Woody just got 3 crowned the last match, chose to play his other deck, and we already know how bad this deck is at fighting 3 Musketeers. Woody's only alternate choice is running Crossbow Bowler. How much better will that do? Let's see. Let's go ahead and see. Starting out with split Musketeers. It's interesting. Darth Jar Jar made a concerted choice. He made a very, very specific choice to put 3 Musketeers on one side to assist his Giant. Maybe this time around he knows that his deck isn't designed as well to do split pushing because he doesn't have a Giant leading the charge. Minion Horde. Musketeer. Oh, there's one minion that survives. It might do a little bit of damage, but I think the Princess might splash it. No. That's actually a lot of damage. 600, 700 damage on the right side tower, and that's a big opening for Woody right now. But we see how swingy Triple Musketeer is. In the last game, Woody made a huge Minion Horde push, but on the counter push, Darth Jar Jar took that damage on the chin, buckled up, and made the biggest counter push I've ever seen in Super Magical Cup history. Mortar? What's your answer? You don't have a Giant to tank it. Miner to defend. That's a good choice in many ways because there's no way that Woody can play a card in front of it, or at least it becomes extremely difficult to do so. Now, how do you deal with the rest of these cards? Skeleton. Oh, the Zap is going to slow the Mini P.E.K.K.A down. Darth Jar Jar lost his Elixir Collector. Elixir means everything to 3 Musketeer decks. Darth Jar Jar needs to make sure that he's able to keep himself afloat. It's going to go into double Elixir generation phase. But again, the Mortar. Valkyrie for the slow push. Maybe Miner again. But this time, Woody has no Elixir to play a Mini P.E.K.K.A. He's actually going to lose a ton of health on that Mortar. Tags onto the tower, but I think that Darth Jar Jar might be okay with this. Okay, a Miner counter push is coming for Woody. This is where Woody tries to make all his money. This situation right here. Ooh, the Zap traded the princesses. Valkyrie, Musketeer on one side, Miner on the other side. Oh no! Brace yourselves. The Mini P.E.K.K.A cleans up both the Musketeers. There was no more support for Darth Jar Jar. He was not willing to zap the Mini P.E.K.K.A, which would have changed the dynamic of that push a lot. Miner Mini P.E.K.K.A now is going to be the offensive pressure for Darth Jar Jar. Lost his Elixir Collector, and things are getting a little bit messy. Mini P.E.K.K.A is going to get swarmed by skeletons here. And Woody is doing really, really well in this match. Just keeping the Mortar pressure up. He knows that the Mortar is going to cause Darth Jar Jar to have to play 4 Elixir, 4 Elixir, 3 Elixir, and that's going to stop him from playing his Triple Musketeers as much as he would like. Zap on the Minion Horde, and the Miner is going to tank. Oh no! Woody does this time and time again. Good placement on the Princess that time around. Doesn't tag onto the Miner, instead goes for the Minion Horde. Splash onto the tower. There's no Zap to handle that situation. Miner tags onto the Mortar, and again, Darth Jar Jar finds a way to reduce the Mortar health, but Woody is doing some pretty good chipping damage every single time he plays a Mortar. Mini P.E.K.K.A doesn't one-shot the Ice Wizard. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! Don't get zapped! And he zaps the Princess, it's gonna retarget! The Princess gets taken down, and Woody, oh my god, again! He makes the Minion Hordes work. Finally, the second zap comes for Darth Jar Jar and takes down that Minion Horde, but that was so scary. The zap on the Princess was exactly what he needed. Targeted the Princess onto the Miner, and finally one stray minion cleared out that Princess in such a dangerous situation. Now finally, oh my god, that Mortar did a lot of damage to the 3 Musketeers. You need to make sure you don't get hit like that. But this Miner is doing so much damage to Darth Jar Jar's right side tower. I think that the mortar shot will end it, and Woody takes it back. Exactly like what we were talking about. Woody is never out. You can never count a player of Woody's caliber out. Gets 3 crown, picks himself right back up, dusts himself off, takes the second game, ties it up 1-1. Darth Jar Jar and Woody now at risk of being eliminated. This next game is going to decide it. Bowler Crossbow. As much as I like this Bowler Crossbow deck, as much as I like Bowler Crossbow, my gut feeling says that Triple Musketeer is not something you want to mess with. That the Bowler is not going to be an effective card to use against Triple Musketeer. That's what my gut feeling is. But what do I know about anything, really? What do I know about anything? Judging by the things that I've seen today, I feel like anything I say could just be thrown out the window. Bowler Crossbow against 3 Musketeer? You never see these decks. You never see these decks. And I think a lot of people in chat are identifying something key, that the Bowler Splash is going to be great against 3 Musketeers. But the thing about 3 Musketeers is you can split them really well. And how do you split a card that costs 6 elixir? If you constantly commit your Bowler to the side that has 2 Musketeers, then Darth Jar Jar is playing this really effective split push deck where he has Valkyrie on one side and Miner on the other side. How do you keep up with that? And it might come down to card cycle, and Woody is on a pretty good cycle. He has his crossbow, he has his Bowler, he has a collector if he wants. This is pretty much the ideal situation for Woody. Every single card he would have wanted to play in the opening, I think he got. Nice. Bowler pushes the Miner back, pushes him off the crossbow, and this crossbow remains. The Valkyrie is doing good amounts of damage, though. He's able to handle the guards, and the crossbow actually falls. Has to play the Barbarians to defend against the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Still, Darth Jar Jar has not committed 3 Musketeers yet, while Woody has shown the extent of his hand. Woody's going to need to get more creative than that. I mean, the Bowler had good synergy with the crossbow in that situation, but it didn't really change Woody's game plan in terms of getting the crossbow to tag onto a tower. And we see how dangerous that is. The instant the crossbow tags onto a tower, thousands of damage. But Darth Jar Jar actually avoided that situation. That was the first crossbow that Woody played. And so in many ways, maybe Darth Jar Jar was the one that had the better opening hand, or had the ideal opening hand for that situation, was able to get away without significant damage done. And now he's got himself a collector plus 3 Musketeers on the board, and this is what we're talking about. Bowler is a 6 elixir commitment, and actually Darth Jar Jar all-ins one side. As opposed to continuing to split, he sees the Bowler is on the side with the 2 Musketeers. He's just going to all-in Valkyrie and Miner, and this is a big connection. Barbarians is going to come incredibly late to finally take down the Musketeer, but 477 health, and that's what we were worried about. That's what I was talking about. You play the Bowler, that's a 6 elixir commitment on one side, but you have to deal with a split push. 3 Musketeers is such a flexible card. You can all in on one side with it. You can all in on one side while splitting it, or you could just go for a straight up split push and divide it evenly. You have so much flexibility and choice when it comes to, now he's going to play the Bowler on the side with 1 Musketeer. No Valkyrie being played right now, though. Double Musketeers get stopped by Barbarians, but still a lot of damage taken to the tower. 1058 on one side, 477 on the other side. The Bowler, is it splashing onto the tower? No, not quite. The angle for the Valkyrie is not quite there. Barbarians get defended against one swing, not anything too serious. Bowler gets taken down before any serious damage is taken. Miner added in front. Zap is going to change the aggro for the crossbow. And again, the crossbow handled very, very in graceful fashion. Miner plus Zap. Woody is in dire straits right now. He's going to have a hard time. He's had a hard time setting up his crossbow and a hard time justifying the Bowler pick. Particularly against 3 Musketeers. And I mean, that's nothing. This deck is still nothing to laugh at. You have to keep in mind that Woody actually won with this deck all the way up until this point. He's beat everybody with this deck at least once. But now you have to deal with the splish. You don't have enough elixir to deal with the two Musketeers on the right side. And it's the left side. What do you do? Oh my god. So the right side looks like it's in trouble. The left side looks like it's in trouble. Really, the truth is both sides are in trouble. And really, I think it came down to the fact that your elixir commitment is just too high. 6 elixir for that bowler is just too much to handle the triple musketeer split push. That's crazy. And Woody gets knocked out, and Darth Jar Jar makes his first top 2 performance, makes it to the finals. 3 musketeers. Woody, one of the 2 members carrying on the Siege Dream, gets knocked out in the top 4. Now we have Turtwig to look to see if Siege is something that can make the finals